What's up, you guys? Zoeb here from oneglancetrader.com, and in this video I've got another live debrief session of a trade on my live account. And in this particular example, I wanted to share with you guys the power of Confluence and how important having multiple technical factors can help you in your decision making process. And if I just added this one indicator onto my chart, which I'm really annoyed because I normally have this indicator on my chart, and if you guys can guess what it is before I actually reveal it, comment on it down inside the description. It would have saved me $68. So you can see in this sell trade that I put in, I lost $68, and what I'm going to go through in this video is where my entry was, where my stop loss is, where my take profit, why did I go for a sell, all that kind of good stuff inside this video, and then what I can do better to kind of learn from it. All I ask for in return is that you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe and click that bell notification icon. So as you can see here, I did lose $68. It was only about 0.6% on my actual trading account, and that the reason why I went for a 0.68% is mainly down to the longer term time frames are bullish on the Euro USD currently, and I kind of was doing a bit of a counter trend trade, but we were kind of stuck in this range over here, and we were kind of near the top of that range, and I expected to kind of move downwards. So what I've done is I've taken a screenshot of this price action, and I didn't know any of this stuff at the time, so we're at this point over here, and I'll just kind of walk through what I've got on my chart and why I kind of went for a sell. So just very quickly, what I've got on my chart, I've got the OGT price action indicator, again absolutely free, and I like to use the pin bar, both reversals and for trends as well. Just gives me that kind of sense of direction around price patterns and another reason to come for the chart. Again, absolutely free. I've got loads of tutorial videos on the OGT price action indicator. The second thing I've got on my chart is my trusted EMAs. If you guys follow my work, I like to have these 5 to 6 EMAs on my chart, which gives me a good sense of direction on are we ranging, are we trending, etc., etc. And you can kind of see here before the price action here, you kind of really got the MAs doing this and all squeezed together, not pulling out in any direction, and kind of really flat, and that's kind of seen by this top. And this kind of resistance level over here. So we're kind of inside this range, and that's why I was trying to take advantage of what, and I felt we were at this point here where I entered. I was at the top of this range, looking for a kind of move to the downside, and you guys can see at this stage that I nearly actually hit that. I hit that. I'm just trying to get rid of this stuff here. And if you guys are just looking at the screen, I am actually on my VPS. So if you guys are interested in getting a VPS, it's revolutionized my trading in terms of I don't need a computer on all the time. The VPS that I personally use, the link is inside the description. You get 10% off with using the code OGT. And if you do want a free VPS, you can, if you sign up with my broker, MyFX Markets, who I use, you get a free VPS and a free Trading View Pro or Premium plan, depending on how much volume that you trade. So again, links are in the description to check those ones out. And then lastly, we've got the OGT pivot points indicator, and this particular pivot point is the weekly pivot point. And I took this trade at the start of the Tuesday session. And like I said, 80-90% of the time in my pivot point videos that the weekly pivot is generally hit in the week or in the time frame it's kind of drawn. So in this current week, you kind of expect this particular pivot point to be hit. And at the time, the pivot point had not been hit, and we were at the top of this resistance range. And again, that kind of gave me another confirmation that I really wanted to kind of go short in this example. And the last indicator that I've got is the MACD LWMA. Again, that's all inside the members area if you want to go pick that one up. And kind of really use this for divergence purposes and for range trading. I don't really kind of use the MACD, but it's just generally on my chart. So as I said before, we had this ranging market. If I can get this on there, we had this kind of ranging bound market kind of thing going on here, and this kind of vertical and horizontal line is where I entered the trade. And I firstly looked at where my take profit would have been. My take profit was at this green line over here, and you can see here that this held quite nicely. This was resistance at this level, support at this level, support at this level, and then just measuring up really one a take profit, sorry, a stop loss, a reward to risk, or 1-to-1. That's kind of how I like to do it. That calculated the stop loss at this level over here. So as you can see, what happened is as soon as I really got there, we even got this bearish pin bar here. It's a really small one, really, so it didn't really make. But again, adding to our confirmation that price did go down. And as you can see here, we're so close to our take profit target. And our take profit is really arbitrary. There's a few pips in it, really. I think it was like 2-3 pips. For it to get hit, and unfortunately it didn't get hit. And then in the same bar we had this bullish move up here, could have been news. Again, I don't really look at fundamentals really. And then we kind of got hit at my stop loss, came back, and again hit again at this level. It's kind of touching around our kind of stop loss level at the moment. So I'm not too disappointed, because it's a very small amount of my capital, and risk management is very important. Secondly, the trade did go in the favor of my analysis, as you can kind of see there. Missed the take profit, and then went shoot straight back up and completely hit my stop loss. So I had a good set of analysis there, and as I said, there was something I should have put on my chart which probably would have talked me out of the trade. And it's always about, when you come to the chart, is reasons for not to go in the trade. And if you're someone that wants to trade often, just lower your position size so then you can get that activity or that adrenaline, whatever it is you get as part of trading. But make sure that your position size is appropriate. So again, if I've got the screen back up now, we're live on the chart. So then now if I add in another moving average, and I love the 200 period moving average, look to see what happens over here. Now you can see here that price respected this level, and when price got into this level, it's treated as kind of a resistance kind of area, and then now has bounced off that level and now gone this way. If I added the 200 EMA to my chart, I probably wouldn't have taken the trade, but B, if I did take the trade, what I would have done is I probably would have taken my take profit early. That again skews my reward to risk at a negative reward to risk ratio, but that's more information now, especially when we look at over here. And I don't even know this. We've been in this uptrend now for a while, since the 5th of April, and it's currently the 13th at the moment. And we've had one touch where it respected. Now we've had a second touch where it's also respected as well, and that's disappointed me. But at the same time, I don't, you know, from a I've not risked like 2% of my account. If I risked 2% of my account, then I would have been slightly annoyed. But because I know I'm in this long trend, the trend is against me at the moment, and I kind of really thought as well, if you look on higher time frames here, you've kind of really got, you know, bearish divergence as well, and you kind of can easily see this kind of range situation developing at this point. It's now broken out of this range, and kind of now what I'll be looking at is a move back down and a retest back up for a continuation of this particular trend, as you can kind of see at the moment over here. And then again, you've also got on the 4-hour this nice little resistance level over here, which is now broken it out. So it looks like that there is some news kind of hitting this. So I can't be too harsh on myself really on this particular trade, but you can't win all the trades. And again, this is what I wanted to show. I wanted to show the good. I've shared some trades now where I've made some pretty good money as part of it, and now I'm sharing a trade where I've lost, but again, it was in smaller in comparison of some of the winning trades that I've shown because of my confidence level as kind of part of the trade. So again, this is something that I hope you guys take away and learn from Confluence about having multiple things on your chart. You don't want too many things, so therefore you're not actually going to make a trading decision. You've got to have intuition and feel as well. But A standard 200 EMA should be the basic thing, and I'm pretty sure you won't see a chart without the 200 EMA, not on my chart from me again. So I really hope you can learn something from this video, and I'll put on my screen some of the other live trade analysis I've done if you've not seen those, as well as some of my trading strategies that I use to kind of form this type of analysis. And I shall see you guys in the next video.